just working hard, scraping and scratching and hustling, just to make a dime. And this money that I love seems to never be enough. So I'm grinding and I'm trying. Ooh, I'm just working hard.
Yeah, would you like that with fries?
Hello YouTubers, gardeners, and the combination thereof. Welcome to Rehab Gardens. Today we'll be potting up a fruit tree. I have tons of veggies, but not a lot of fruit trees due to limited space in the garden. And we had 2 trees come in today from HomeDepot.com for about 30 bucks a piece, which I found to be a good deal. One is a Dwarf Honeycrisp apple tree and the other is a Dwarf plum tree. Now, I love the Honeycrisp apples that we get from HEB here in Houston, so when I saw this available as a dwarf tree, I had to jump on it. The plum tree will be going to a friend, and at some point we'll switch out some sticks and splice them together on our own trees. So hopefully eventually we will both have apples and plums on our tree. But today we're here for a simple potting of the Dwarf Honeycrisp apple tree. Dwarf trees are perfect for gardeners operating with limited space. A dwarf tree won't grow over 8 feet tall. A dwarf tree is suitable for container gardening. Dwarf trees typically bear fruit faster than their oversized cousins, and to get the fruit, you don't have to risk falling off a ladder trying to climb 20 or 30 feet in the air. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some drawbacks. You won't see the same yield that you would see with their bigger cousins. You won't see the same yield that you would see putting it in a container as opposed to putting it in the ground. But, you know, like I said, when those are not options, this does work. Now, for our soil mix, we're going with all organic soil, some perlite, peat moss, and some tree and shrub fertilizer just to make sure she gets all the nutrients she needs to get started on the right foot. When container gardening with trees, you need at least a 5-gallon pot minimum if you want a little tree for decoration. However, I would recommend not using anything less than a 7-gallon pot if you want your dwarf tree to get big enough to bear fruit. If all you have when your tree arrives is a 5-gallon pot, don't worry. Use it, it'll work. You can transplant it later if you need to. If you are using a 5-gallon pot, you're going to want to put at least an inch of soil in there before dropping your plant in. For larger pots like we're using today, you want about 3 inches of soil in first. HomeDepot.com shipped our bare root trees in straw wrapped in plastic. Be sure to discard of all this material, including the straw. Although it is natural, if you put straw in the soil, as it breaks down, it'll rob your plant of the essential nutrients that it needs, like nitrogen. If you insist on saving the straw for whatever reason, just use it as mulch or something. Once you drop your plants in, continue filling the container slowly until it's about an inch or 2 from the top of the pot. Then gently but firmly compact the soil to remove any air pockets that can grow bacteria or cause damage to the roots of your plant. Immediately after potting your Honeycrisp apple tree, it is super important that you water her down heavily. After she is potted up, don't forget to mulch her down. Mulch is crazy important to maintaining great soil quality. Mulch insulates the soil from the Texas heat. This makes your gardening easier to maintain. You don't have to water as much when the insulation helps retain the moisture. Mulch keeps the weeds out, so you don't have to keep pulling weeds. You don't have to have your plants competing for nutrients for plants that you don't even want there. And also the mulch, it helps your soil from becoming overcompacted. So mulch, super important. Always use it when you can. Be sure to review your grower's guide before you get started. Even when you know your stuff, positive reinforcement that you're on the right track is always great. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to Rehab Gardens on all platforms. Have a good weekend, good gardening, good food, or whatever makes you happy. Get up, get out, and grow something.